If I promise all business networkers that the world-class testimonials about me and my innovations by real-world millionaire makers will open your eyes to the never-ending pitfalls of blindly attending one business networking event after the next. Folks, will you please spend just a few moments that will change your mind about achieving networking riches and transform your life forever, just as they've changed mine? I have a wake-up call for all networkers out there who are tired of being just another wishful thinker in the networking world. It's more than time to step up and become an action taker if you truly desire financial freedom and fulfillment. You've got to take action. I've been in your shoes for years. I've hosted countless successful networking events, hoping to find the key to success and the connections that would help me climb the financial mountain and elevate me to new financial heights. But like many of you, I ended up disappointed. The traditional networking game as we know it is broken. It simply can't deliver what I was truly seeking. Finally, I simply got mad and realized this is the time for a change. I recognize the power of my experience with performance-driven marketing and media innovations, especially in this modern age of AI chatbots coming from Microsoft, Google, and about everybody else. And it was really because of my own frustration with blind networking events that I really recognized the need for my own personal transformation. I remained determined to reach the financial freedom and fulfillment that I longed for from networking alone. Now, as I say, don't rely solely on my words. Rather, let me prove my point in the words of my own world-class testimonials of millionaire makers. So my fellow networkers, my testimonials will tell you that the time has come. But it requires a shift in mindset. No longer can we solely rely on wishful thinking and idle networking. It's time for action takers to take action and embrace performance-driven marketing and media strategies. I've been doing this for years. Well, for networkers, I have now sized these to fit any networker's limited time and budget. Don't worry. You keep full control of your networking activities. And you know what? You will still see your friends at networking events as you've done before, but as you move onward and upward in your leadership, and that will allow you to extend a hand or a leg up to those stuck in blind networking drudgery, just spinning their wheels, seeing the same old people who are not changing. By harnessing the power of these innovative approaches and AI networking innovations, we can finally break free from the limitations that tired old traditional networking quote-unquote breakout events are really lulling us to settle for less. It's absolutely time to break free from the herd of wishful thinkers and join the joyful doers. As Charles Schulz, the creator of the comic strip Peanuts, told me, Mike, the joy is in the doing. And AI is introducing us into the new era of limitless possibilities if your mind and your eyes are just open to them. Innovators can now completely re-energize networking with performance-driven marketing for networkers who want and need more than they are getting and instead create extraordinary results. Together, we can move onward and upward beyond being just another face in a networking crowd and become an innovator for change and stand out. Like a media star with a new dynamic leadership mindset. It's more than time to unleash the potential and achieve the financial freedom and fulfillment we've all been searching for at networking events, but rather finding only disappointment. You see, I understand that attending networking events is only like attending a base camp meeting of those who want to discuss climbing a mountain and what that will take. But that is not the same as climbing the mountain. That comes next after base camp. In my humble opinion, a networking organizer, too often the organizers of events convince attendees to just keep attending their base camp because most organizers have never actually been to the top of the Millionaire Maker Mountain. They don't even know how to get there. But as you will see from my testimonials, I have reached the absolute peak of the Millionaire Maker Mountain. I can see clearly that many of you are being kept in place simply by their ignorance about achieving the success that you want. They don't even know how to help you get there. If you're listening only to networking leaders who just keep telling you, oh, just keep coming, build relationships over time, you are listening to the wrong leaders. And they are trying to convince you that their networking events are all you need. They are wrong. And I can prove it to you with these two simple questions if you are honest with yourself. Are you getting right now performance-driven results? The ones that you came for? Or are you just blindly attending networking events? Today, blindly networking without the law of intelligence gathering feedback is not even common sense anymore. As most of us know, many people today have no common sense. And is that who you want to work with? People that don't even have common sense? I'm not telling you to quit your networking groups. I'm just explaining my absolute frustration with them because I know that performance-driven marketing will make them better and bigger for everyone, especially with AI networking innovations. If you just want to be busy, then just keep doing what you're doing. But if you are actually ready to team with action-taking innovators who are moving on from the idleness of life in base camp, moving upward toward the peak of the mountaintop, then just keep listening and see if these testimonials open your eyes to new possibilities. Then you can make educated decisions for yourself. I hope you will simply listen clearly with an open mind to take in new information that will allow you to join action-taking innovators who understand that the networking game is often rigged by the house to keep you networking with networkers forever and ever. Amen. And the millionaire makers that I know will hold your hand when it's appropriate, kick you in the butt if you need it, and tell you what's real and what's not real. And droning on and networking events at the same tone will not get you to where you want to go. If you need help finding a new path to networking action success, join me on this journey of innovations and transformations. Together, our team of innovators will leverage performance-driven marketing and media to create a network that truly performs for all of us. No longer will you be confined by the old ways of networking, the walled gardens that just keep you in. Instead, we'll chart a new path fueled by action and a relentless pursuit of the success at the top of the mountain where we're going. The time for change is now. Just look at the news. The question is, are you ready to step up and embrace the power of performance-driven marketing and media? Together, let's unlock the financial freedom and fulfillment we're always dreamed of finding in networking. For those of you who can see it, this is our moment. I invite you to seize it with me and our team. Thank you. Hello, my friends in commerce. If you are meeting me for the first time, I'm Mike Hayes. I'm here to introduce you to the future of business networking with AI networking innovations. Are you a traditional networker who's looking to take your business game to the next level? Are you wondering about the media coverage and hype and conflicting opinions about using AI bots from Microsoft, Google, and others? Are you curious to learn? Can you trust what Google and Microsoft are telling the mass media? Are these AI bots really able to almost magically serve as invaluable substitutes that can revolutionize your business and your networking experience for anyone who is willing to innovate? Even financial planners or insurance agents who have strict compliance limitations? Well, the answer for my 30 years of media marketing experience is yes. In fact, you need look no further than AI networking innovations to discover how AI conquers all aspects of business networking with innovative strategic planning. And it should be based on the new principles of the law of intelligence. So the question is, will these innovations work moving forward? And why am I so confident when public access to AI is so new and innovative? My confidence comes from my long experience and this simple advice from Bill Gates, who tells us, use AI substitutes that can eliminate the need for more expensive media marketing strategies. AI innovations can be used as substitutes for more expensive performance marketing campaigns that have already created millions and even billions of dollars in sales. So, innovators, if I can quickly show you how AI innovations will allow everyday business innovators to run businesses like the millionaire makers, will you watch several short audio-video client testimonials to convince you I know what I'm talking about? You see, I already know what the proven strategies are that can be replaced with the new super-powered AI innovations as substitutes with the AI bots that Bill Gates, Microsoft, and Google are all creating. If you are willing to become a networking innovator, you can use these substitutes to reduce your overhead. Leave that for your competition while you innovate your way to success. Folks, what your business needs is AI performance-driven marketing innovations on your computer, on your phone, or both. I can easily prove this to you with the following testimonials, beginning with how I use performance-driven marketing innovations to earn my powerful client testimonials, just like this. First, let me quickly share how I generated hundreds of millions of dollars in sales using performance-driven marketing innovations for my client. Watch my video testimonial about my $200 million success from failure story.
We then tried it again, knowing that we had learned everything we needed to know the first time, and it failed. We happened to meet you at that point in time. We were down with our fulfillment company, and that was, the beginning of a $200 million run.
What would your life be like today if you had quit after those first disastrous tests?
How would you like to make 35 grand a night in your sleep? Because that's what I was doing on a bad night. And on a good night, I was making a couple $100 grand a night. My wife wanted this farm. I just wrote a check to buy the farm. My wife wanted a Lexus. I got a Lexus. Life changes tremendously when you have money. And I'll give you an example. People who need help, you can help. When you want to make a business decision, you want to buy a company, you can buy a company. Time changes. Your kids can go and do what they want to do. I haven't changed much as far as my values or anything else. It's just my ability to touch other people's lives has changed tremendously.
Products don't sell themselves. Isn't it more about the unique selling proposition?
Absolutely. I think it's very, very simple, the analogy of a cleaner versus a restorer. I had a guy look at me saying, how the heck are you going to sell a tile cleaner for $20? The truth is, you don't sell a tile cleaner for $20. You can sell a restorer for $20 because what's it cost to replace a bathtub? A couple $1,000 to rip it out and do all the plumbing and everything else? Before I met you, there was no one that I really had met. You never made me a promise that you couldn't fulfill on. It's great to have a bellows. And you were my bellows. You stoked my fire as far as getting my company and my project off the ground. You introduced me to everybody, and without which the wind would have blown my fire out. because time was just working against me. And the fact that you came into my life when you did was that bellows that there was still a spark left, and I was able to blow that spark into a very big fire and burn the house down. The reality is I did. We've worked really well together for many, many years, and I will give a recommendation to you, one of the best, if not the best out there, if not the only person out there that will hold your hand when it's appropriate and kick you in the butt when you need it and tell you what's real and what's not real. You can't give up and you can't quit when you fail the first time. It's one of those things that when you sit down and look at what you do, you're a fool to try it alone. This is an industry that will eat you up and spit you out no matter how tough you are, and I'm a pretty tough guy when it comes to business. It was eating me up, and the reality is I was about to quit till I met you. I'm the example of tried it before I met you, and I failed twice before I met you. There's a lot to know about the industry. We learned it. It's not that difficult. Most of it's common sense, but not a lot of people have common sense. But if you have a handful of common sense, or a pound of it at least, you can probably do well in this industry.
Let's take this step by step. So listen to how I organized a community of 10,000 freelancers for Fiverr.com who are now advertising all over television. Watch my video testimonial from Fiverr.com.
My name is Graham Clemmy, formerly the Community Programs Manager at Fiverr, as well as Public Policy at Airbnb. When I was an executive community organizer at Fiverr, I worked closely with Mike Hayes and his team to speak at a number of colleges and universities across the Bay Area. We worked closely with chambers of commerce discussing policy strategies, implementation around the new economy, and the work that we did with Mike Hayes and his team helped us establish not only a strong grassroots program, but it led us to partners like Sama School that helped us develop nationwide initiatives like the Digital Workforce Development Initiative that we wound up becoming a partnership with the cities of Kansas City and Memphis, Tennessee. Really grateful for the work that they did. They're a valuable asset, I think, to any business, any team, and helping us sort of build a huge community here in the Bay Area of over 10,000 members. Mike is an incredible organizer and certainly somebody that could benefit any business, and I highly recommend getting involved with the New Economy Chamber.
Next, listen to a short testimonial from my radio syndicator about how to create and hold a national media audience of over 5 million weekly listeners on over 500 AM/FM radio stations, as I've done as a broadcaster for over 30 years.
Hi, everyone. This is Darren Peck, president of Sports Byline USA, and I want to send out my best and congratulate my longtime friend, Mike Hayes. Actually helped launch Sports Byline 30 years ago, and through that time, he's always had his eye on exciting developments in business, in broadcast, in media, and found a way now to tie all that together along with the New Economy Chamber of Commerce. We're excited to launch New Money Radio. We'll be sending it out to terrestrial radio, broadcast stations around the U.S., to Sirius and XM, to the American Forces Network around the world, 500 outlets, 168 countries, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Stitcher, iTunes, Audible, essentially everywhere people are getting their audio from these days. We're there, and New Money Radio will be there. So again, very excited to be working with Mike, and congratulations, all the best from your friends at Sports Byline.
Now let's look at my decades-long experience networking with the millionaire makers of the media. These are the people who understand the performance-driven marketing innovations. Watch this short video summary of my AI innovations about publicity and now AI Publicity Express. AI Publicity Express. Let me explain both the history and the future of my groundbreaking magazine called Publicity Express. I've updated it with the power of AI networking innovations and the wisdom of industry giants. Since I first discovered ChatGPT and all of the AI bots, I've been meticulously programming my Millionaire Makers AI account. I've curated exclusive interviews and conversations with media luminaries as Oprah Winfrey, Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, Larry King, Grant Cardone, and many, many others. Who else do you choose to learn from? A local networking organizer who's never been to the top of the mountain? The one that you want to climb? Well, in an industry teeming with wannabes and wishful thinkers, I am here to revolutionize the traditional business networking game. I understand that to succeed, we must adapt and embrace the power of AI and media innovations. If they ever worked for you or not, the old ways of networking are no longer guaranteeing anything, especially success. It's time to shift our mindset and become the innovators we all can be. Make the change. Leverage performance-driven marketing innovations. Through AI, Publicity Express, and AI-powered networking, I am addressing the shortcomings of traditional networking events. I know that being just another common networker won't cut it in today's fast-paced world. And most of you, in your heart, you know that to be true. It's really about being a visionary or networking with visionaries. If you can't see the future, you need to network with people who can. Innovators can now harness the power of AI and media innovations to supercharge our networking efforts together. Now, folks, I got to tell you, this next client testimonial may be my biggest and best innovation in years because it's for financial services and insurance professionals who have been limited by compliance limitations and need AI performance-driven marketing innovations to break out. Looking to grow your business and connect with like-minded professionals? Meet Ron Horry, a trusted insurance advisor using AI business networking to expand his business. Ron's unique approach to insurance focuses on helping clients lead healthier lifestyles, making them eligible for insurance premium discounts. Through AI business networking, Ron connects with both professionals and prospects, expanding his reach with advanced AI to super serve his clients. Ron's memorable profile has become a powerful referral tool, inviting potential clients to check out his profile. Join AI Business Networking today and discover how to create a memorable profile like Ron's to stand out and attract new clients. And don't forget to check out FinFit Life, the insurance company that Ron represents. Next, I hope you will let me share just a couple of the hundreds of Millionaire Makers interviews and conversations I've had with billionaires like Tony Robbins and Oprah Winfrey, and many more. But let me share an important one about testimonials in my conversation with my own Law of Attraction mentor, the legendary Bob Proctor, the star of The Secret, about using innovative performance-driven testimonials, which are now, in the era of AI, more vital than ever before and need media exposure. Now, as a longtime journalist, I believe that a lot of startups and entrepreneurs really bury their lead on their website. They take the About Me page, and which is their personal profile, and it's just a button to click on, but it's not really about them. And I think they are the lead. I think people buy the expert first and then what solution they have to offer. So can you talk a little bit about how important your personal profile and story are in order to help you to make sales of a product?
Oh, your personal profile is everything. Like, you are your brand. Bob Proctor is my brand. No question about it. People want to know, who is Bob Proctor? What's he doing? And so if you go on our site, you'll find that. You'll find out what I'm doing, where I came from. I'm not just a pretty face. I've been around for a long time. I have all kinds of experience. And I've helped millions of people through the various mediums that we've been talking about. When you put About Me, let them know who you are. Don't be shy. Get some testimonials that count. Put them up there. Let people know that you're credible, that you do a good job. And do a good job, and then let people know about it. I've often said the only qualification a person needs to sell you is that they're not you. The only qualification a person needs to sell you is they're not you. So you get somebody else, you get some good testimonials bragging about you, about the good work that you've done for them. Get the message out there. You want to reach as many people as you can.
I stay current by networking with both everyday business networkers and also CEOs, like my conversational advice to David Siegel, the longtime CEO of Meetup.com. People misunderstand networking so much. I'm such a proponent of networking.
Mm-hmm.
And I say to people, look, if you wanted to learn how to fish and you went to a group of fishermen, what are you going to talk about? You're going to talk about fishing and learn how to do it. Well, when you go to networking events, understand the one thing everybody at that networking event has in common is an interest in networking. So talk to them about networking. You can talk to them about, hey, I met you at a networking group. I'm going to a new one. You want to come with me? That's how you start to build a relationship and build friendships in commerce. So you start with, what do you have in common? So that's one thing that's important to me. And we found that the networking events we put on with Meetup are the most successful ones. They're the biggest draws. So one question I have about you is, how can we help cross-pollinate groups through cross-group networking so that, you're not just talking to the choir all the time, but you're constantly bringing in new people and growing your group by introducing other like-minded groups and building friendships in commerce of people that have those things in common?
My belief is a couple of ways. So number one, how we can more effectively support organizer groups in a way that is also not going to be overly costly for us to pursue. At one point, we built an organizer network, and the internal cost of that organizer network was $3 million. We ended up shutting that down because it just was way more expensive. But there's lighter ways that we could help to facilitate organizers meeting each other. So that's thought one. The second is, I imagine a world where we create a marketplace or an ecosystem where it's easy for an organizer to interact with and contact another organizer about a topic of mutual interest. So for example, if there's a networking group in some location, a networking group in another location, and they want to share best practices around networking, or they want to introduce people to each other from those areas, we need to make it really easy for an organizer to be able to contact another organizer around a shared area of interest. So imagine if there's kind of like a checkbox, and there's a list of, think kind of LinkedIn, how people are endorsed on LinkedIn for different skills. And there's a checkbox of different things that people say, this is something I'm interested in learning more about. This is something I'm interested in building relationships with people. And then we could then easily be a matching service where we say, here's the Uber group of people, everyone who's interested in broadcast, television, best practices, or whatever the case may be. But we need to create the list of topical areas of interest. This is a group of people who are really interested in sharing SEO best practices with each other. We need to create the list of topical areas, and then we just need to reach out to organizers and say, hey, do you want to be part of a larger group that's cross-location and only organizers allowed in this specific topic? And we could facilitate that. What are your thoughts about that?
You can do so much with Zoom to connect people together. It's lightweight, it's global, it's fast, it's simple, and it's even mainstream. They even advertise it on radio here. It's just so pedestrian. So it's lightweight, easy to use. I was a huge fan of Anthony Bourdain. I love that whole gig of him going out and reporting on things. I've actually thought of becoming like a combination of the Anthony Bourdain of networking and who uses a nice positive evaluation. So just sharing ideas, what worked or what didn't.
Do you think that it's better to create an idea sharing platform between organizers, again, only organizers allowed, or co-organizers or people maybe on the management group of the Meetup team, an idea exchange type and / networking capability between organizers? That's one. And or creating a marketplace of different vendors and or services that we could provide to organizers to ultimately help them. So for example, like you could help a lot of organizers be better networkers. Should we go to our organizers and say, hey, Mike is someone that can help you to become a better networker. Here's a specific, here's a package that he could provide to you. What do you think about us providing a list of curated, specialized people who could enable organizers to be more successful in organizing?
It's a proven successful model. For example, Fiverr.com hired me because they had a very scattered community, and they hired me as a community organizer, and I organized a community for them of 10,000 independent contractors here in the Bay Area.
Wow.
And they gave me a really, really cool video testimonial. Thank you for everything I did for them. So there's a marketplace example. Google has a marketplace. So a lot of different companies have a marketplace. And now Fiverr, but now they have Fiverr Pro, and can become a vetted, rated provider and supporter. Because the problem is it's so difficult for entrepreneurs and small business owners
find out.
Know what's real and what's not.
Exactly.
What's not real. There's so much BS online today. It's crazy.
Yeah. Would you be able to share the video with me that Fiverr had sent to you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one. The second is I'd love to get a list, 2, 3, or 4 ways to help meetup organizers, ways in which you could help them. And then what I want to do is in figuring out how to create kind of an MVP services offering that we would include you from your for the mastermind group around. A good comparison is that the reason why Apple succeeds is because of the group of developers who build apps in support of iOS. So Meetup has a group of people like yourself who enable Meetup success through the work that you do. However, we're not helping to really drive and enable your success. Imagine if we really did more to help and enable your success. That would ultimately increase the benefit, the success of Meetup.
I totally agree. I'm also a Google My Business partner. I'm a partner of Google for local events and how to use Meetup to promote your Google My Business.
Amazing. Yeah. So if you could send me the list of here's the 3 things that I think I'm awesome in, and a lot of people will be interested. How to use Meetup to promote your events on Google. That's what the 2, 3, 4 different areas are, because then we could even make you available for webinars to organizers, and that could be lead gen to help you grow your business, and that could help Meetup. So I think there's a whole host of different things that we could do.
Good. I can do that. I can also bring in Google experts into webinars as a Google partner.
Man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Exactly. So I can put on meetups and Zoom meetings. The other thing I will send you is, speaking of the gig economy, I'll send you a 60-second soundbite from my radio syndicator, because in the new economy, I started a radio show called New Money Radio. And it's all about how do you make money in the new economy? How can you earn money today? How do you bring in new money into your life? And so we're syndicated on about 500 AM, FM radio stations across the U.S. I'm talking about ABC, NBC, Fox affiliates, and Armed Forces Radio Worldwide, company I helped co-found 30 years ago. And we have 9 radio broadcast studios at Broadway in San Francisco for podcasts, etc.
I would love to see that.
Soundbite about, and it's a video about where all the radio show is syndicated as well. So those are probably the top 3 things that I would stay focused on.
Perfect. I love it. And listen, I think there's a great partnership ahead. You need to take people off of what they're doing at Meetup right now and put them onto this as a project, or else it won't get done. It can't be me running around talking to people. It needs to be like an owner of this, and to really run with it and make this a successful project.
So as a spokesperson and a speaker, I travel all over the country for a company called Learning Annex, spoke all over. So I can also speak and be a PR spokesperson.
I love it. And I love that you're wearing the t-shirt during our call. That's so cool.
People see me as one guy, but inside I'm a 20-year-old guy who, I took one client from 0 to $200 million in sales, starting from scratch after he'd failed twice on his own, just by changing his elevator pitch. We changed the words, and it was a rocket. So I've been there, done that. I've been to the top of the mountain. I know how to get there, and I'm just a natural enthusiast. I just love what I do.
I love it. You're the man.